All right, Shalom. Okay, we should be rolling. All right, Shalom. Before I get started with this lesson, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham Rakah Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double salutations to all you Akim out there laboring in the house of David, the elect. That's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers, and shalom to the elect. All right, back at you with another live lesson through the Holy Spirit, the Rakah Kwadash. All right, and want to get into this lesson here, which is entitled "Another Component of the Beast System: Social Credit Scores." All right, and I got a video that I want to add into here because what we're looking at here, as I said, another component of this beast system, more of Esau's draconian measures, okay, and oppressive decrees. Okay, because the scriptures do refer to these devils as a nation of oppressors. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick before we get into the article. All right, let's go to Job 27 and 13. Okay, Job 27 and 13, and it reads, "This is the portion of a wicked man with Yahweh Shemel Shai and the heritage of oppressors, you Edomites." All right, the sons of the wicked. Okay, and the heritage of oppressors, which they shall receive of the Almighty. All right, so their judgment is coming. All right, and as we're going to get into in this lesson, all right, they're rolling this thing out, you know, quietly, right under the people's nose, man, because they have limited time. Because they know that their judgment is coming from Yahweh Shemel Shai, man, to destroy his empire, man, his so-called vision of a new world. All right, let me get this too. All right, Isaiah 19 and 20. Okay, we'll start up. Let's start up 17 here. All right, this is Isaiah 19 in verse, no, we'll start at 16. Isaiah 19 and 16, and it reads, it says, "In that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, which he shaketh over it." And that's coming forth from the prophets, man. All right, the prophets are standing up and declaring the end of his empire, the end of his rule. Okay, and this word is going out to the four corners of the earth. All right, everybody's hearing about the words of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai. Isaiah 34 told us that this word was going to go out to all the earth. The whole planet was going to hear it. All right, verse 17, in the land of Judah should be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself because of the counsel of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, which he have determined against it. And this place has been numbered and finished. Okay, and that's the determination of Yahweh Shemel Shai. All right, verse 18, it says, "In that day shall 5 cities in the land of Canaan, Salaki, in the land of Egypt, speak the language of Canaan, which is the Hebrew." All right, the Lashawan Quadash, "and shall swear to the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, one shall be called the city of destruction," the prophets. Verse 19, "In that day shall there be an altar to the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai, in the midst of the land of Egypt," which the prophets are making their bodies a living sacrifice. All right, teaching out there on the altar. All right, "in a pillar at the border thereof of the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai." The point, Isaiah 19 and 20, it says, "And it shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, in the land of Egypt." Right, the prophets are the sign, the standard going out. All right, that's part of the sign of the end of Egypt, the end of America, Babylon, man. All right, the moment the prophets stood up. All right, "It shall be for a sign and for a witness unto the Lord, Yahweh Shemel Shai of hosts, in the land of Egypt, for they shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai because of the oppressors. Okay, who are the oppressors? The Edomites, the wicked. And they shall cry unto the Lord Yahweh Shem Shai because of the oppressors, and he shall send them a savior and a great one, and he shall deliver them, the Israelites, starting with the elect. All right, Yahweh Shai is coming back. And through the cries of the elect is how the Lord is being summoned back to the earth to bring the judgment, to bring destruction. All right, so Esau's going down, point blank, period. So anyway, getting into the lesson here. All right, going back. All right, because this is another component, the social credit score. All right, you're going to be basically cast from society based off your internet activity. You know, the things you look at, the things you watch, the things that you post. And we'll get more into it here. All right, so this is from newstarget.com. This came out a few days ago, July 27th, 2023. And it reads, it says, UN's, all right, which is the United Nations, right? It says UN's, quote, a global digital compact to create Internet 2.0 with no freedom of speech and social credit scores for everybody or everyone. All right, let's read a little bit before we play this video. All right, so it says here, jumping down, it says the United Nations has released a follow-up report to its 2021 Our Common Agenda called a Global Digital Compact. That is, it says that like its name suggests, it presents a framework, all right, of enslaving the entire world under digitalized tyranny. All right, so this is the framework. This is another component to the system. All right, to all of his oppressive decrees, his draconian measures that he's implementing over the planet Earth. Right? It says a brand new internet where no free speech is allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system to weed out the detractors and resistors, seem to be the gist of the document. All right, let's read that again. All right. A brand new internet where no free speech is allowed, combined with a social credit scoring system to weed out the detractors and resistors, seem to be the gist of the document, along with a completely new financial system based on digital identification protocols, right? And we're going to get all into that in a second. It says, and this is the new system, right? The beast system. All right. Tyranny, man. Draconian. Oppression. All right. It says digital IDs linked with bank or mobile money accounts can improve the delivery of social projection coverage and serve to better reach eligible beneficiaries, the document explains. Digital technologies may help to reduce leakage, errors, and costs in the design of social protection programs. It says it says there are global warming and climate change components, all right, to a global digital compact as well. All right, and all these things are coming into play now. All right, the global warming, the climate change narratives, right? It's too many cows, too many chickens. All right, got to get rid of farming. Okay, all of this is what? Into enslavement. Okay, it says businesses and individuals will be tracked based on their so-called carbon footprint and assessed for which freedoms they are allowed, right? For which freedoms they are allowed based on compliance and climate dictates. It says sensors and monitors connected to the Internet of Things, cloud-based data platforms, blockchain-enabled tracking systems, and digital product passports unlock new capabilities for the measurement and tracking of environmental and social impacts across value chains, the document states. So that's full control, all right? And a lack of better words, all right? Through all the midst of those fancy words, Esau's letting you know that he's about to control and take over the planet, man. all right, through this new beast system, all right, that's being rolled out. So anyway, let's play this video, all right, to get more into it, into the oppression, and we'll grab the scriptures here, right, just to break it down a little bit more. Okay, this is Edomite here, Mark Moss, warning: a social credit score system is here. All right, it's definitely here, man. So check this out.
Warning: a social credit score system is here. Now, a social credit score is an authoritarian's dream. To be able to digitally surveil and control the people, the masses. I mean, imagine if Stalin, Hitler, and Mao had it, maybe it would have worked for them. Which is why, of course, the Chinese Communist Party has been using it for years, and why other nations are working to install it as soon as possible. But not the United States, right? I mean, the land of the free would never install a social credit scoring system, would they? The people would never stand for this, right? Well, these horrible things, they never come in straight up to your face, but instead come cloaked and covered like a wolf in sheep's clothing. And that's exactly what's happening. And I hate to say it, but it's here in the US right now. So in this video, I'll break down the shocking new bill that got slipped into a new piece of legislation, what this means for Americans' privacy and freedom, and even the rest of the world. I'm going to show you how it's already starting to get some use, and of course, where I think this goes and what we should be doing about this and how we ultimately win with this. So let's go.
Did you know that you can...
Salakia. Let's let this pass. I'm going to play a little bit of this and we'll grab some scripts in another article.
Welcome back. If you're new to the channel, my name is Mark Moss. I make these videos to change the way you think about money because almost everything you've heard is wrong. Almost everything you're hearing is wrong. And so if I can bring a little bit of perspective and clarity and some action, we're all going to be okay. We're all going to survive this together. Now, I do send out a weekly kind of recap, my thoughts on what I see for the week, what's shaping up, what I'm watching, reading, important things. If you'd like to get my notes to really stay in sync so you can stay one step ahead of what's happening, I'll put a link to it down below. It's free. I just send it out every week. I think it's helpful. About 100,000 other people do as well. So check it out. There's a link down below. I don't know about you. I mean, you're watching YouTube right now. I watch a lot of YouTube as well, but I don't watch TV other than, like I said, some YouTube, maybe some Netflix or Amazon Prime, something like that. But I don't watch the news. I don't watch mainstream news, but I go to the gym. And at the gym, they always have the TVs on. And I'm probably on the same wavelength. You might, the fractured immigration system, like what?
You know what? Point was made, man. This is a long video. All right. He made the point in the intro. All right. Because I want to get straight to the point here. All right. So that social credit score system is here. All right. So check this out before we grab the scriptures. Right. So this came out today from Breitbart. Okay. The title reads here. All right. It says, Farage tells Breitbart we are on the verge of banks running word checks on customers' social media. You see that? So this is tied into the social credit score. All right. It says we are on the verge of banks running word checks on customers' social media, man. So these banks are tied into this thing, man. Right. And it's all going to affect your ability to buy and sell your bank account. All right. This is that component to the system. Right. So it says banks are working with credit agencies to roll out word checks of social media accounts to assess how worthy of banking facilities members of the public are, right? Exactly. That's the point, right? They're rolling out word checks. It says word checks of social media accounts to assess how worthy of banking facilities members of the public are, right? Whether you're worthy, right? It says Brexit's Nigel Farage tells Breitbart of his new freedom of speech campaign gains momentum. It says having a bank account is essential to exist in the modern Western world, and yet moves to further debank the public if they hold views that don't align with the prevailing elite view developing. That's the key there, right? Let's read that again. This is where it's all leading to. All right. Another component of the beast system, all right, those draconian measures, oppressive decrees, man. All right. Having a bank account is essential to exist in the modern Western world, and yet moves to further debank the public if they hold views that don't align with the prevailing elite view are developing, man. So if your views, if your beliefs, okay, don't align with this new system, right, you're going to be cast out. All right. You're not going to be able to have a bank account. You're not going to be able to buy and sell, basically, man. All right. As we've been warning you time in and time out, it's here. Okay. All your social media, everything that you upload, everything that you post, repost, things that you look at, it's all being recorded. It's all being documented on how good of a citizen you are. All right. And we told you that eventually that time was going to come where this man's vision was going to clash with the true believers in the Lord. And Yahweh Shem Yahushua was going to clash with the scriptures. We are there now. Right. Anything that's against the status quo, all right, you're going to be ostracized from society, man. Right? You're going to be cut off. Right? It says, Brexit leader turned anti-woke capitalism campaigner Nigel Farage told Breitbart News Daily on Sirius XM Patriot Friday morning. All right, let's read a little bit more. It says, far from merely being institutions which serve an important role in society by taking deposits, then making loans, and making some profit by doing so, banks have now become highly politically active, right? See, this is a big deal. It says banks have now become highly politically active. Okay? Mr. Farage warned, this is a campaign he has taken up to increasing effect in the United Kingdom after he was debanked for not aligning with his bank's newfound left-wing values. So pretty much, if you remember what happened with Kanye West, right? Once he started speaking about the powers that be, once he started coming against the people that control everything, what did they do? All right, they took his money, they took his bank accounts, man. All right, he went from a billionaire to a thousandaire or some shit, right? They basically cut him off. It says this will be part of a growing trend if it isn't nipped in the bud now, Farage warned, revealing even more intrusive steps to ensure those with conservative opinions can't pay bills or make purchases are coming, you see? So those that have views and opinions that are contrary to this bullshit that's being pushed right now, all right, you're not going to be able to pay your bills or make purchases. Okay? Read between the lines. All right? Farage warned, revealing more intrusive steps to ensure those with conservative opinions can't pay bills or make purchases are coming. He said banks signed up to the environmental, social, and governance programs seem to be employing wokies who are just filled with an almost hatred for people who don't subscribe to their worldview. You see? Because right now, these bug outs, they got power, man. They're in positions of authority. They're writing the laws. And if your views don't align to their views, they're ready to cut you off. They're ready to basically kill you. Right? It says in that the argument I've been making is that if they can do it to me, they can certainly do it to you. What we do know is that the British clearing banks are now working with some of the credit agencies to put in place word checks on the social media accounts of their customers. You can see the direction. We are literally on the verge of this happening. So we really have to start shouting, right? And the shouting is coming through the prophets. All right. We've been warning you that this is coming. All right. So let's get the scriptures, man. All right. This is Psalm 94. All right. This is Psalms 94 and verse 15. We'll start up here. Psalms 94 and 15. And it reads, it says, but judgment shall return unto righteousness, and all the upright in heart shall follow it. And that's why we have the elect coming back to serve Yahweh Shem Yahushua in spirit and truth. verse 16. And it reads, it says, who will rise up for me against the evildoers, or who will stand up who will stand up for me against the work of iniquity? And that's the prophets, man, first and foremost. All right. We're the only ones that's standing up in the midst of adversity, oppression, lies. All right. We're the only ones that's standing up for righteousness, for truth. All right. It says, verse 17, unless the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai had been my help, my soul had almost dwelt in silence. When I said, my foot slippeth, thy mercy, O Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, held me up. In the multitude of my thoughts, within me, within me, thy comforts delight my soul. Verse 20, my point, it says, Psalms 94 and 20, it says, shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee? Right? This is dealing with Esau, the wicked. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Okay, this is all this is. This is a mischief being framed by laws, those oppressive decrees, man. All right. So based on your beliefs and your views, all right, you're going to be cut off, man, if it doesn't align with this new system. Okay, this is part of the social credit score. All right. The banks got tabs on you, man. They know what you watch. They know what you subscribe to. Right. And your ability to function in society is going to be based off that. All right. Total wickedness. Right. Let's get this word for mischief. He frameth mischief by a law. This is what Esau does through his wicked laws and decrees. Isaiah, the 10th chapter. Right. So this word for mischief is in the Hebrew, imal. In the Hebrew, imal, it says, right? It says labor, mischief, misery, travail, trouble, sorrow, grievance. You see? Toil, trouble, labor, mischief, trouble, right? Worrying effort, hence worry, whether a body of mind, grievousness or grievance, iniquity. This is what this is, right? So you saying, so based off your political views, right? Based off what you post on social media, Esau is going to use that, all right, to cut you off from society. That's wickedness. That's grievousness, man. All right. This devil frameth mischief by law. You see? Is there any more? Pain, mischief, miserable, painful, perverseness, sorrow, trouble, worrisome, wickedness, man. All right. This is Esau, man. He does this through his laws and legislations, right? Going back, is there any more? So reading that again, Psalm 94 and 20. Shall the throne of iniquity have fellowship with thee, which frameth mischief by a law? Verse 21, it says, they gather themselves together against the soul of the righteous. And this is what these devils do. All right. They gather themselves together within their secret councils. All right. To bring forth these oppressive laws and decrees. They gather themselves against the souls of the righteous and to condemn the innocent blood. All right. It says, but the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai is my defense, and my power is the rock of my refuge. Right. Because in the time where these things are fully activated, as we see, all right, our only trust is Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. So when we're in that point where they cut us off, all right, Yahweh Shema Shai is going to provide. Okay. It says, verse 23, and he shall bring upon them their own iniquity and shall cut them off in their own wickedness. Yea, the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, our power, shall cut them off. And that's what Yahweh Shai is going to do. All right. He's going to destroy these goddamn devils, man, because they're not going to win, man. Okay. He's not going to rule the world in this manner. Okay. It says, let's get this too. This is Isaiah 10 and 1. It says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that right grievousness which they have prescribed, as we just saw here, man. Right? Which frameth mischief by a law. Okay. Banks are running word checks on customer social media and people don't even know this. Right? You're going to fuck around and post some shit on the internet that was contrary to what, you know, what their views are. And you ain't going to be able to get no money out the bank. You know, they might say, hey, we we removed your account. Right? These are scenarios that are about to happen to millions of people, man. Right? And this is what's going to further bring the what? The destruction of America. Okay? This is what's going to bring in the chaos. All right? Let somebody hear about how they can't, make a deposit or no longer have access to their bank account because of some shit they posted on social media. Right? It's going to turn up. Let's get this too. This is Revelation, right? Revelation 13 and verse 15, right? Just add on to the point that this is just another component to oppression, man, to this beast system. Let me read this in the NLT. That's what I wanted to do. Revelation 13 and 15 NLT. All right, we told you, right? Revelation 13 and 15. Okay, we told you through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai, first and foremost, right? So this is Revelation 13 and verse 15. Matter of fact, we'll start up at 14. Okay, this is Revelation 13 and 14, and it reads, it says, and with all the miracles he was allowed to perform on behalf of the first beast, he deceived all the people who belong to this world. He ordered the people to make a great statue of the first beast, all right, which is that Roman Empire system, all right, who was fatally wounded and then came back to life, all right, because we're amongst of this revived Roman Empire system, all right. Verse 15, it says, he was then permitted to give life to this statue so that it could speak, all right. This image is speaking, the system as we're going through in this lesson. All right. It's all speaking. All right. And that power is ultimately being exercised right now through America. Right. It says, Revelation 13 and 15 again, it says he was then permitted to give life to this statue so that it could speak. Then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. You see that? Anyone that refuses to worship, to be a part of this beast system, is going to die. You're going to be cast off. Okay? Tying it back into what? The social credit scores, man. It's already here. Okay? Your views, we got to read it again, because they said that banks have now become highly politically active, right? Like he said banks signed up to the environmental, social, and governance programs and seem to be employing wokies. Basically, they're employing bug outs. These weirdos that are forwarding and fighting for these wicked laws to be pushed here in America. All right. It says seem to be employing wokies who are just filled with almost hatred for people who don't subscribe to their worldview. Right. These are the people that are in power that are signing forth the laws. Right. Again, Revelation 13:15 NLT, he was then permitted to give life to this statue so that it could speak. Then the statue of the beast commanded that anyone refusing to worship it must die. All right. You're going to be cut off. All right. No digital ID, no bank account. All right. The social credit system, man, everything is being monitored and watched, controlled. Full tyranny, man. Verse 16, he required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand, right? But this is going off because it means this mark is going to go in the right hand or in the forehead, all right? So we'll stop there, all right? The point was verse 15. So anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the point. We'll leave it there, man. So you've been warned, all right? This thing is coming into play. This draconian system, all right? And all we can do is continue to warn you, man. It's about to go down. So I pray this quick lesson was edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rakakwadash, double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who taught me this truth, and double citations to all you Akim out there laboring. The house of David, the elect, that's pushing his word with all truth, righteousness, and sincerity. Shalom to you, brothers And shalom to the elect. Shalom.